a year before you think you should trade the player.
Right.
Well, no, Aaron, they're actually moving on a year too late. You just had your worst statistical year since the first year you started,
Correct.
Which was 4 years,
right?
Yeah, it was his 4 years into his career because he waited for 3 behind Brett. Okay,
Right.
We get that. Aaron, do we have to reiterate? I'm getting tired of him. I'm getting tired of talking about him. But that's 3 straight years you effectively had a home playoff game, including the Detroit game, to get to the playoffs.
Correct.
And the first 2 years you were coming off an MVP regular season and you had the #1 seed. And you lost 3 straight effectively home playoff games, 1 to Brady and the Bucs, 1 to Jimmy Garoppolo, and 1 to the doormat Lions of the past that you have owned, right? All on the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field. That's all they need to know. They're actually late to the party. And again, the party started because of Green Bay, and I'm not going to let them off the hook here. Just 1 year ago, they gave him 3 more years at $150 million.
They did that.
They made him by far, the highest paid player, not just quarterback, player, obviously, in football.
Correct.
Due to make almost 60, it's just short of $60 million this year.
This year alone.
Okay, now, brings me to the Jets. This is a little bit, be careful what you wish for, and I'm not going to rain all over it's been raining too much out here anyway, but I don't want to rain on their parade too much because they've been star-crossed, and it's New York City, and they have to play in the shadow of the New York football giants all too often. And help me out. Have they had a star at quarterback since Joe Namath that you can really sell?
No.
They just haven't.
No.
Nothing. I mean, it's Chad Pennington.
Yeah, Kenny O'Brien. Kenny O'Brien was in that 83 draft with Elbaby, Marino, and Kelly.
We could go on, but they just haven't had that guy.
No.
And a lot of people think Joe Namath really wasn't that guy. I knew him very well, know him very well, and so I'm a big fan.
He guaranteed it, but
he guaranteed a Super Bowl. He didn't play great in the Super Bowl, but they pulled off the greatest Super Bowl upset ever over the Baltimore Colts. Okay, but he was Broadway Joe.
Yes.
He was a star of stars, and he put the Jets on the map as an AFL team.
That is correct.
All right, so they're saying, well, okay, so he's 39, but what else do we have? We got a guy we drafted who's a bust. We don't want to do this anymore with Zach Wilson, and we tried Mike White. Now he's a Dolphin. We don't have a plan B.
Right.
Okay, so your new plan A is Aaron Bleepin Rodgers at age 39, who, since he won that Super Bowl, is 7-9 in the postseason. And they're saying, okay, we'll take it, but we'll take our shot because maybe he will revitalize. Maybe a change of scenery will do him wonders.
Right.
And by the way, we got a squad around him because we have a really good defense with some young superstar type players.
Yes.
And we have enough weapons on offense, and we went and got him I don't doubt that they'll have Cobb and Mercedes pretty soon. I don't know about Odell because I think he wants some pretty serious money, and I don't know that they're going to have that because they still have to fit Aaron's salaries. They aren't too bad, actually, as cap hits, given the prorated bonus. But the point is you got to account for all the above. But I'm saying be careful what you wish for, Jets, because now you're going to have to live with the diva act that can be Aaron Rodgers, right?
Skip, I cannot believe this man said this out loud. He said he decided not to retire when he realized they wanted to move on. If something changed, I realized there was a little bit of a shift. The Packers were interested in trading me.
What?
Skip, there might have been speculation like, well, sources are saying that Aaron Rodgers decided not to retire because the Packers had decided to move on. Well, I don't know about that. Skip, we going to come out here and we going to debate and everybody else going to... I don't think Aaron was like... But that's what he said. The only reason he didn't retire was because the Packers wanted to move on. He went in the darkness because the Packers were interested in trading him. Really? You spend that kind of money? Because the Packers wanted to trade you, nothing going to change when you went in the darkness and came out and see light. Guess what? You saw at the end of the tunnel, $60 million. That's what you saw. That was the light.
That was the light.
Skip, that's what happens, Aaron. It was your bull jive. Year after year, the retiring, and I don't know. We'll see nobody knows what the future holds. And Oh, cry me. I mean, he'd be a great country singer because the dog left and the house burned down and the truck won't crank anymore.
Yep.
I mean, it's just over and over. And I think Mark Murphy, I think Gutekunst, I think LaFleur, I think they got together and said, man, enough of this. We have allowed him to hijack this organization for the better part of 4 or 5 years.
Yep.
And it's time for us to wrestle the control back and be an organization and not like a rock band, Mick Jagger and the Rolling Stones, or whoever the lead singer. No, we're not going to do that. We are the Green Bay Packers, not Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers, the Green Bay Packers. This man is petty. Petty Ruxpin, Petty LaBelle, Richard Petty, any other pettiness that you want to include, he's it to the umpteenth degree.
I like Petty LaBelle. Close.
I mean, that's ridiculous. The man said...
allow me to throw in one other point that I know rankled not only the Packers but the National Football League, that a superstar quarterback, a 4-time MVP, has openly discussed his experimentation with ayahuasca, which is a banned drug in the United States.
Correct.
He had to go to South America to experiment, but he openly discusses the wonders of ayahuasca. I just don't think they love that.
Yeah, I don't think so either, Skip, but he loves the independence of him being an individual and being able to do what he wants, but pushes back against the organization being independent and being able to do what they want. So why should we not be able to infringe? You don't want us to infringe on your rights and ask you questions, but you question the direction in which the Packers are doing their business.
Yeah. Okay, so Adam Schefter has reported, back to the compensation issue, that his understanding is that inside the Packers, they want a Matthew Stafford type deal in return. And remember what Stafford got? It was 2 first-round picks, a third-round pick, and a starting quarterback in Jared Goff, who's pretty good.
I don't think that's going to happen, Skip.
Well, again, I was pushing to you that I don't think it should be more than a third-round pick because they are taking him off Green Bay's hands.
Correct.
Green Bay's just going to have to throw up their hands and say, we're free. It's almost like Russell Westbrook. We got out from under that deal.
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
And it was our doing. We started it. We gave him the deal. Now, take him off our hands for a third-round pick, maybe a 2. But they're going back and forth, and I don't doubt it's going to sort of bleed on for a little while here because now there's no deadline. It's a done deal. He's going to leave Green Bay for the Jets. Now it's just a matter of playing chicken, who blinks first over whatever compensation it is.
Yeah, and he's trying to put the ball back in Green Bay. The Packers have to work out the compensation. I decided on Friday. Well, I don't know when you decided, but it seems to me the Packers decided long time ago that your butt wasn't going to be the starting quarterback of the Green Bay Packers in 2023. Now, you decided Friday, but I think they decided that at some point in time during the season. Skip.
Okay. So allow me to conclude with, if in fact the Packers want 2 firsts and there's anywhere near this kind of compensation being discussed right now, I promise you the Jets would be better off going after Lamar. Because if you're going to go to any into the realm of 2 first-round picks and having to pay some big freight for the quarterback, go get that guy because he will serve you better over time than Aaron Rodgers.
You're probably right, Skip. But shouldn't if you give up 2 first-round picks, the person that you gave up for the 2 first-round picks play longer than when you drafted? Because they're going to give up 1 in 23 and 1 in 24. Yeah. Who's to say Rodgers is going to play? Because he might retire again.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think he's got more than 2 years left. I don't know, because he doesn't even seem to have the desire. Like he has to dredge it up every year to play.
Skip, you know how this thing goes. You keep talking about retirement. You already retired.
You are. I agree. I'm with you.
No doubt the drama will continue somehow, some way in New York within that Jets franchise, guys. All right, Skip, I was thinking about you yesterday. Curious how you were taking the news. What impact will cutting Ezekiel Elliott have on Skip's Cowboys? Plus, we've got the latest with Ja Morant's suspension. Keep it right here. More Undisputed coming up.